Did you know your daily almond milk might be secretly destroying your health and the environment? In this eye-opening video, Taylor Sheridan drops some unbelievable facts about the so-called healthy foods and reveals how the food pyramid was actually engineered by massive corporations just to sell grain.
And then there's the bees. Like, the amount of bees that die every year so we could have avocados is bananas.
Yeah, bring them in from Brazil. By the billions.
By the billions.
By the bee.
And they die. Bees, and then on top of so it's avocados and almonds. Those are the two big ones, right?
Yeah, almonds, you know what's fascinating, and we can look it up. Almonds, the amount, it's something like 19 gallons of water is what you have to give to get one almond.
Is that real?
Yeah, we can. Yeah, it's fucking bananas.
Oh, my doctor told me almonds aren't even good for you.
Well, you know, it's...
He said they're okay for you. He said, but, you know,
there was a time in the Mediterranean where they were poisonous. They have strychnine in them. And it's one of the first domesticated plants. And what people realized, whoever, Homo sapiens or Neanderthals, whoever's wandering around, they're like, the squirrels are eating those poisonous nuts from that tree. Huh. They're okay from this one, not okay from that one. So they started cutting down and uprooting all the ones where the squirrels wouldn't eat.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and so the almond originally, you know,
relatively water intensive crop. Each nut
1,900 gallons of water per pound.
That's so crazy.
And then,
oh my God,
here's my new, like, look, I'm a writer, right? So words matter to me, and when we misuse them in our society, it just bothers me, right? So all these things that we're calling milk, like almond milk,
right?
And I'm just determined to call it almond juice, because that's what it fucking is. It's not even almond juice. It's not like we're extracting.
It's almond tea almost.
We're taking almonds, pulverizing them, and brining them in water. Essentially, leaching out the flavor of the almond and then adding a bunch of shit to it and sugar and whatnot.
Adding a lot of sugar. My friend Duncan was like, dude, almond milk is good for you. I go, you ever look at how much sugar is in there? And we were on the phone, and he goes, holy shit. I go, yeah, man, that's why it tastes good. But my doctor told me I had oxalates in my diet, in my blood test. He said, your oxalates are kind of high. He goes, are you eating almonds? And I said, yeah. I eat almonds all the time. He's like, yeah, cut back. He goes, that's where it's from. Really? Yeah. So find out how much oxalates are in almonds. I just listened to them, and also it's a lot of like a lot of that gluten-free flour stuff. If you buy a lot of that stuff, it's like almond flour a lot of the times.
Right.
Almonds are a high oxalate food. Eating them can raise oxalate levels that circulate, get filtered by the kidneys, and appear in urine, which may increase kidney stone risk in susceptible people. Yeah. Almonds contain about 296 milligrams of oxalate per 100 grams, roughly 4 milligrams per nut, putting them in the high oxalate category. Yeah, he said they're not bad if you just have them every now and then. He goes, but don't do it on a regular basis. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff that has high oxalates that people don't think about it that can really fuck you up. Kale, for instance. Like, I used to drink kale smoothies all the time until another doctor told me you really should cook the kale. Cook it and then filter out whatever the water's in it. And I go, really? I go, why? He goes, oxalates. He goes, you want to cook the oxalates out of them.
Really?
Yeah, and that's apparently what causes a lot of kidney stones. With some folks, they drink a lot of those green smoothies, which I used to do every day. I used to take a bunch of kale, throw in a bunch of apples and some ginger and some garlic and blend it all up and drink at the beginning of the day. I thought I was doing a good thing. And he was like, you're just blasting your system with oxalates. And I was like, oh, all right.
Yeah, no. Have some fucking eggs, bro.
He said, have bacon. Have some bacon. I'm like, fucking bacon's better for you? Like, my journey of figuring out what to eat was a long one. It was a long one, and thank God I got this podcast, because if I hadn't had all those conversations with people where I realized, like, oh, so we're, like, and now the food pyramid's completely flipped, which is hilarious. Yeah. But it's like I've had enough conversations where I realized, like, oh, all these people don't know what the fuck they're talking about, and they're giving advice. And it's weird. It's weird how much bad advice there is for food and for health and for fucking fill in the blank. Almost everything in our society.
Our food pyramid was created by Johnson & Johnson.
Yeah.
Didn't it? or
Yeah.
Kellogg's, or which is
Kellogg's,
John
one
and
of those,
John.
yeah.
It's like, how do we get people to eat our shit in the morning and then again at lunch? And then, well, the one thing that we can't control, when they talk about the one thing that we do not have is this massive industrialized meat production, because there's no economical way to do it. They'd do it if they could. Harris Ranch, which you've probably seen off I-5 in California, is the closest version of that. But what it is a feed yard, right? Where you get them together and feed cattle for 90 to 150 days before you go send them off and slaughter them, right? That's the closest thing there is to an industrialized beef industry, because it's a very inefficient way. It's way better to farm, right? It's more efficient to farm than it is graze cattle. So you only want to graze cattle somewhere that you can't farm. At the end of the day, you want to graze cattle are great at taking protein from poor protein sources and metabolizing it, right? So you graze them in real rocky terrain with native grasses that you can't farm, you can't till it, you just can't. And it needs to be eaten by something, or weeds will overtake it, right? Because grass grows better when it's being grazed. And so there's no way to industrialize that or centralize it. The most centralized it is at the packing house, right? Where you've got 4 major packing houses that control 90-something% of the beef industry.